What if I told you you could have somebody sitting next to you that could help with any search you're working on? They would know everything about your company. They would know everything about the job you were looking for. You could share candidates with it. They give you feedback. You could write emails for you. You could tell it what happened in the kickoff meeting 6 weeks ago, and it would actually remember it today. That's what we're going to do. This is my first kind of longer form video. I'm excited to make it. But what we're going to chat about is something that's really kind of underutilized in ChatGPT, which is called projects. So I want to show you how to create a project, how to put information into it, and then how to actually utilize it to ask it questions like, how is this candidate? I'm about to hop on a call with this candidate. Help me prepare. Write me an email to this candidate, that sort of stuff. So let's go. So what is a project? Let's start there. So projects are this little thing over here on the left where you see these different folders. Up here are your GPTs, then your projects, and then just kind of your random chats. I believe projects are underutilized because a lot of times when I help people, I see them share their screen and I see that there's like just says new project, doesn't actually have this. You can see here, like I'm project crazy. I love project. I have for all kinds of stuff from, you know, how to make my coffee better to making emails sound like me to all kinds of stuff. What we're going to do today is show you how to make a project specifically about a search. The thing about projects is there's two things you got to add to it. You got to put it in project files and you got to put it in instructions. I believe one of the most valuable project files you can create is what I call a knowledge base. And what it is it's a document. It's an extensive document. And it's all about a customer or a company rather, as well as you can also make it about this particular search. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So go up here, new chat, close this. I want to make sure that you're in 4.0. 99% of the time, you're going to default it to 4.0. But if you were in something else and you just reopen this, go up and check. And then you're going to take this prompt. I'll put a link to this prompt down in the comment section. But basically what this says here is you are a research expert who is going to go do deep research using ChatGPT to create a knowledge base. And this knowledge base is not for humans. This isn't like a to-do guide. This is something that is specifically meant downstream for agents, not for direct human consumption. Obviously, you're human, you can read, you can check it out. But what this is really meant to be is instructions for the GPTs that you're actually going to use. So just go ahead and copy all this. Go back to ChatGPT. Once again, double check your 4.0 and just paste it. What it's going to do is it's going to ask you a series of questions about the company that you're recruiting for and, more specifically, the role itself that you are recruiting for. While it thinks right now and talks about its formatting, I am going to use the company Ooni, OONI. If those of you are not familiar with it, when I decided to make this, I was like, what is a company that I would totally love to work for or help recruit for? And I had just made pizzas last night in our wood-fired pizza oven, and I realized I would absolutely love to work for Ooni and help them. So first off, here we go. Let's kick it off. What's the company name of the website? That's Ooni, OONI, website, www.ooni.com. All right, any background information. You can say to this if you want, go ahead and do your research, or if you have any information, you can go up here. Like for instance, I like to sometimes go to the website itself. And let's see if there's like anything cool on the about page. Scroll to the bottom, about Ooni. This looks like it has some decent info. Kind of the backstory. All right, so you can just Control A and bring it all back over here and just say, from the about page. Paste it. Do you have a job description? I, in fact, do. For a job that does not exist, however, I wish it did, the Chief Pizza Officer and Head of Global Community Evangelism. So I decided to make myself a dream job, which is one that flies all around the world to meet other pizza makers and learn from them, taste what they've created, and extol the virtues of at-home pizza making. So I'm going to go ahead and put my job description in there. And now it's saying, you actually have any notes from like a hiring manager kickoff call? As luck would have it, I actually do have a kickoff transcript from when I talked about this incredible role. Now, notice this where it says, this is important. Be sure to select Run Deep Research under the Tools section. so I can get the freshest data. And you click run deep research. And you'll see here where it says, I have 23 left. I think you get 25 a month. Click run deep research and then just kick it off. Okay, go for it. Now, sometimes it's going to ask you some clarifying questions. Let's see if it does. I usually just take it and answer them. So copy it in. What's the company's current stage? That's for you to learn. I'm not the one doing the research. Are there any specific hiring priorities, search criteria, ever I need to best sell the company to candidates and for you to understand what makes a good candidate for the role? Do you want this focused on community building, brand roles? This is to empower recruiting primarily. And we're off. Now, what you're going to see is it's going to pop up a little starting research thing. This is going to take a little bit of time. So what you can do is you can click here. That's just a little bit too early to click here. You click here and eventually on the right-hand side, there'll be some status where you can actually see each step that it's taking right here. Typically, it's going to take somewhere in the neighborhood of like maybe 10 minutes. We're going to be just like somebody throwing a pizza in and then pulling it out on your favorite cooking show. I'm going to go ahead and be right back in. And like that, camera magic. So here you go. We got the completed knowledge base. Scroll through this. You can see it's really long. A lot of information in here. And you'll notice I'm scrolling really quickly. This isn't really necessarily meant for your own personal consumption. This is what we're going to use to inform our knowledge base of the talent partner project we're about to create. So come on down here, kind of copy it. So you see the little check mark. And now you need to put this into a format that can actually go into your project. I tend to just go to Google, paste it in. You'll see here it's about 13 pages. We're going to call it the knowledge base. And then we're going to go ahead and download it as a PDF. All right, there we go. Back to ChatGPT. Now, instead of going up here and clicking new chat, what I want you to do is come down here to new project. And we're going to go ahead and call this one Uni. I think it looks better when it's capitalized. Uni Talent Partner. Go ahead and create a project. Now, the way that I like to think about projects is you are now working to create a little mini brain, in essence, of specific information. And what that's going to do is when you ask a question, it's going to go to the mini brain first before it goes out to like the rest of the vast expanse that is OpenAI. This is a really neat trick when you want to use things like specifically look at a job description or specifically look at a little bit about Uni. I've got it to where in my food and drink one, it specifically knows what different ways of preparing food I have, that I have, an Instant Pot and a sous vide machine and a toaster, these sorts of things. So anytime you want to sort of bring the parameters down for the first answer, in essence, of something you want to do, a project is a great place to do it. And what happens is, I'll go back to food and drink, you'll notice you can just keep asking questions here. So now every time I have a question about how to make something, I come to my food and drink project and it is able to use the knowledge base and has the instructions that says, help me, be a better cook or make better coffee. So first thing we want to do is go ahead and add a file, add files. We just downloaded that PDF. So now it's got my Uni knowledge database. You can also go in here if you want and put the specific job description. So even though I already did give the job description when it built out the knowledge base, let's say I just really want to make sure that I've got as much information in my project as possible. Add files, Chief Pizza Officer. I am also going to use this to write emails for me. One of the things I like to do within a project is have it write emails that I can then go ahead and send to candidates or that I can use on LinkedIn when I want to reach out to people. I've created my own tone of voice document. In a couple of LinkedIn posts ago, I put out a link for you to be able to create your own tone of voice document. But let me just really quickly, Jason voice. This is optional. And like I said, we could put some links down below on how you can actually get your own tone of voice down the line. This is all done. Projects are loaded. Now we want to talk about instructions. So like, what do we actually want this project to do? What do we want this talent partner to do? So in the case of the food and drink one, it's, I want you to help me come up with great recipes or make recommendations based on ingredients that I give you, or like basically help me be better at making food and drink. In this case, we want it to be a thought partner to help us be better talent professionals. So I've also put a little link down here to project instructions. Do whatever you want with this. This is what I use. But like over here in these operating rules, sometimes people want to change this. Like I personally, giving away a little bit of a bag of tricks, is I like one light misspelling every few hundred words because it makes it look like it's not AI generated. If you hate seeing the little red squiggly line, like I would delete that. But for me, I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. Just going to copy this, move it on over here and paste. You have now just created your own project, your own mini brain, your own RAG, if you want to use sort of the AI parlance right now. But let's go ahead and see what we can do with it. So let's see if I would be a good match for the chief pizza officer. So I'm going to go to my LinkedIn. Let's go to me. Just download me. All right. And say, add my resume, or add my LinkedIn rather. Does this guy look like he'd be a good fit for the chief pizza officer? All right. It's like Vegas. Let's see how I do. I have a strong fit. I did not make that happen. That's just the truth. Look at that. I'm a good community leader. I'm a good storyteller. I'm a good chief pizza officer. I like this. All right. Can you write me a 3 email chain to send to Jason with a call to action at the end of each one to help get him excited to talk to me about this chief pizza officer role? All right. So see, this is a little bit different than kind of the core OpenAI chatting. You'll see right here, there's a lot of M dashes. This is like the bane of my OpenAI existence. No matter what I try, I can never get it to not use those. Okay, perfect. Now let's imagine I got this amazing dude, Jason, to chat with me about the chief pizza officer role. I want to go ahead and prepare for that call. Can you make me a candidate call prep sheet? I'm about to hop on with Jason for the chief pizza officer role. So now I can get on with this incredible candidate and just basically say, like, hey man, you've built TA teams from scratch at both Roblox and Cloudera. You've scaled headcount all across America and EMEA. And that clearly shows you're operating cross-culturally. That's what we're looking for out of this role. Just got off the phone with Jason. He's really excited for the role. He averages 4 pizzas consumed a week. He said he can start within 2 days for this role. His preferences are pepperoni, but he's willing to expand out as far as Hawaiian. Comp-wise, he was so excited about the role, he said he would be willing to do this position to just be paid in apple pies. Can you now write me a quick summary that I can send it over to Uni all about Jason? It's going to take everything it knows about Uni. It's going to take everything it knows about Jason. It's going to take the feedback that we just had from our first call. And now we've got an email that we can send off to a client, or we can send off to a hiring manager. This is a pizza paper cut. This is selfish software. This is a thing that is going to make my life as a recruiter easier and more effective. And you notice I didn't even type anything. I spoke the whole time. Love to hear how people use this. And thanks for bearing with me through my first long video.